There was once upon a time a cute little girl, living with love from her mother, her grandmother, and everyone she met. Always wearing a little cap of red velvet. She was called Little Red Riding Hood. On Thanksgiving Day, her mother was busy baking a cake, so she asked Little Red Riding Hood to bring the turkey to her grandmother's house. Grandma was a little sick, she needed help preparing the family dinner. Little Red Riding Hood immediately agreed. She was very worried. She loved her grandma so much. Before leaving, her mother hugged her and told her to walk slowly and carefully through the forest. She warned Little Red Riding Hood not to run or else she would fall and hurt herself. Grandma lived on the other side of the forest, so our little girl had to go across the forest. Just as Little Red Riding Hood entered the wood, she met a wolf. Little Red Riding Hood did not know what a wicked creature he was and was not at all afraid of him. She greeted the wolf with a warm smile. The wolf was surprised but happy. He was hungry and just hurt by the boiling pot of 3 little pigs. The wolf greeted the girl back and asked where she was going. The innocent little girl honestly told the wolf about her sick grandmother. The wolf pretended to pity the sick grandmother. He asked for directions to her house to visit and lied that he wanted to pick flowers for her grandma. Little Red Riding Hood was very happy to show the wolf the way. The wolf was excited, and then hid in the forest. The wolf immediately took the shortcut and reached the grandmother's house before the little girl. Looking through the window, seeing the grandmother lying on the bed, the wolf rudely kicked the door and grabbed her. The wolf locked her in the closet, intending to make a grand meal with both her and the little girl. Meanwhile, Little Red Riding Hood leisurely walked in the forest picking flowers and catching butterflies. She also sang and danced with 3 little pigs and watched the race of the tortoise and the hare. By the time she got to her grandmother's house, it was already noon. The girl knocked on the door. A low, hoarse voice called out to her. The wolf pretended to be her grandma and lay on the bed covered with blankets. The little girl opened the door to come in and greet her grandma. Seeing her lying on the bed, the little girl ran over to ask. She asked about the big ears. The wolf replied that he could hear her better. She asked about the big eyes. The wolf replied that he could see her better. She asked about the big furry hands. The wolf replied that he could hug her better. She asked about the terrible big mouth with sharp teeth. The wolf replied that he could eat her better. And scarcely had the wolf said this than with one bound he was out of bed and swallowed up Little Red Riding Hood. The full wolf rolled onto the bed and slept tightly with happiness. In the afternoon, Little Red Riding Hood's mother arrived. She saw none of her little daughter and mother but a big belly wolf sleeping on the bed. Suddenly, she heard a knock from the closet. It was Grandma. Grandma told her about the wolf swallowing Little Red Riding Hood. She thought maybe the little girl was still alive. Grandma and mother found scissors, a needle, and a thread. They cut open the evil wolf's belly and saw her child there still alive. The family reunited in happiness. They decided to trick the wolf by putting big rocks into his belly, then went out of the house, hid behind the bushes, and watched the wolf. When the wolf was awake, he felt thirsty, he wanted to go to a well to drink. And when he got to the well and stooped over the water to drink, the heavy rocks made him fall in, and he drowned. The evil wolf could never trick anyone again. Grandma and mother told Little Red Riding Hood to remember this lesson and always be careful when talking to strangers. The family then happily prepared Thanksgiving dinner together.